This is The Street Life
I'll play the street life
with Greg Russell. A program here to eliminate the stigma and address the issues that can affect your community. And now, The Street Life with Greg Russell.
All right. Welcome back. It seemed like forever. We're here on the real 1100 AM with another episode of Street Life, and I'm your host, Greg. And today we have my co-host, Free.
Yes, sir.
How we doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh man, it seemed like
look good, feel good.
Hey, okay, all the positive things.
Wait, maybe not so much feel good because I
worked
all day.
Well, we got to change that. We got to change that. So here on Street Life, we always try to empower some kind of change, whether it's mentally, physically, relationship-wise. There's always room for growth, and we try to empower that because of what we go through, and especially our young kids go through it as well.
Yeah.
This year has been really good so far. It's been good so far. But there's a couple of things that I'm still struggling with.
Such as?
Discipline and stronger faith.
Really?
Yes.
In
today,
what way?
Just in self, general.
Okay.
Just in myself and what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
I need more discipline and I need more faith.
Okay.
I have to believe. Today we got a young brother here to share a good story. And then about faith. And believing.
For sure.
And believing.
Oh, for sure.
Today I got brother Jermaine Kane. Yes. There we go. How we doing, man? How we doing?
I'm doing fine.
Welcome, man.
Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
All right, man. So tell Atlanta a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you been here, what's going on with you?
I'm from Michigan City, Indiana, originally.
Okay.
I've been in Georgia since 84.
84?
Till now.
Okay. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. You might as well say you're from Atlanta then.
Right.
You're from Atlanta.
Pretty much. That sounds like
if you were two when you came here, you're from Atlanta.
You're from here. That's what everybody say. If you've been here more than 5+ years,
right,
you're from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right. So when you hear the term street life, what do you think about?
A lot of acting.
A lot of acting?
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it, though. You can kind of see it for what people go through.
It's a lot of acting, pretending. That's what I call it.
Right.
It don't have to be what they make it be or what they perceive it to be.
Right. It's a bigger picture.
Right.
It's a bigger picture because that's what a lot of us go through. We end up looking at somebody else's lifestyle, and then we try to mimic the same thing or trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing.
Which is the wrong thing to do.
Right.
Because we all have our own plan.
Right.
We all have our own life plan. And ultimately, you have to follow your own life plan, because if you don't, man, the foolishness you end up getting into because
you dig yourself a bigger hole.
Oh, man.
You dig yourself a bigger hole.
And sometimes more than once, because sometimes in life you can think that you're going in the right direction.
Right.
Because you trying to be, well, for a lack of a better term, you're trying to be a ride or die.
Right.
And it don't necessarily work out.
Right. Some people don't fit that role.
Some people don't fit the role, and some people can live it, because there are some people who are loyal mates, loyal friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Loyal relatives.
Right.
And there are very few of those, but some of those people fit the mold. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So Jermaine, tell us, what brought you to Atlanta from Michigan?
My mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she, I don't know, I guess she's seen the better opportunities down here.
Right.
So that moved south.
Okay.
Brought us along.
Right. Okay, so it's just you got other siblings?
Yeah, my two brothers. I got two more brothers.
Oh, so where you fall in at it?
I'm
middle?
The
oldest.
Oh, wow, okay.
A lot of pressure.
Oh, man.
A lot of pressure being the oldest.
Yeah.
Right.
So in your life, we all go through a lot of stuff. You got a good story about some things that you went through. You were locked up for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So as you were growing up, when did you started making wrong decisions?
I think when I changed schools, I changed my atmosphere.
Right.
When I went from Shemler High School to open campus,
Oh man, you went to open campus?
Yeah, everybody know about open campus.
Man.
That alternative lifestyle.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
open campus and introduced me to a whole new setting, you know, and I seen a lot of stuff and ran across some things that kind of just, I think that's where it started. Matter of fact, that's where
it started. You know, as we're, you know, entering that teenage years, I think a lot of things really kind of pique your interest, especially in a new environment, and you might want to just fit in, or you just want to get along with other people.
Yeah.
And then you just end up in a crowd of doing things
In
or
some
making
mess.
and making certain decisions.
In some total mess. Because I don't know about y'all, but hustling was attractive to me when I was younger.
And I think it's just a fast pace.
It is
The fast pace that we get
it
caught
draws
up
you
into.
in. Yeah.
Right. And then it's all happening at random. It's like instant. Every time you go out there,
Yeah.
it's instant money.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So from there, what else were you introduced to? Because I know open campus is full of different
Yeah,
diversity of people.
That's a whole nother world.
Yes.
See, I feel like I see some memories coming back right about now.
Yeah, well, I understand what kind of show we on, so I had to be careful what I say.
Oh, now you all right, man. You all right, man. You can say what you got to say.
Yeah.
We're here to hear your story because then we can relate that to our younger people and let them know what kind of decisions they need to make.
At that point, I was introduced to being responsible for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because there wasn't no set school time limit or something. You was using control of what time you leave and what time you go. If you don't come, you just don't come.
You just don't come.
Right.
And then, like, you go call your people and say, hey, Jermaine didn't show up for school today. What's the problem?
Right.
Oh, if I don't come, I don't come.
Okay. So in between those times, what other things attracted you then?
Oh,
you know,
women, money.
I think all of the above, right?
Right.
The drugs came in at one point. I think that's was like the start of it.
The start of it, and then just getting involved.
Right.
So how long before did you really get your taste of being in trouble with the law?
It was shortly after that.
It happens right away.
Yeah, it happened shortly, but it didn't have nothing to do with what I was actually doing. It was just, going to football games, getting to fight and stuff like that.
Right.
That later on, that's when the felonies started.
Okay.
Serious crimes.
More serious crimes. Well, hey, every decision has a consequence.
Oh, absolutely.
Every decision we make has a consequence.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, we're supposed to make some kind of mistakes as we're young.
Right.
But some mistakes are more harmful than the other little ones you get a little slap on the wrist for.
Right.
And
Right.
that alters a certain kind of behavior after a while.
Right.
It does.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you think about it.
It only take them one time to go and they learn the lesson.
Right.
It take 3-4 times.
Right, exactly. Before it really started to hit home.
Yeah.
Because now it go from maybe a month to 2 months.
Right. Right.
From 2 months
Right.
to 6 months.
Right.
And then from 6 months, you're looking at it like, okay, now they're talking numbers.
Yeah, this is lifestyle at this point. It's
Now they're
become a
talking
lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we tend to get caught up real quick because we don't know any better.
Or we don't care.
Or
Because
we
as
don't
a
care.
teenager, I didn't care. Like I said, it was attractive. So, I think for most people, once you get into what you're attracted to, it's kind of
Right.
hard to let go of that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And at what point, because you have, is it 4 or 5 felonies that you were convicted of?
5.
Okay, so 5 felonies that carried how many years?
Matter of fact, it was actually 12 felonies.
Okay, a total of 12 that you got charged with, but you got convicted of 5?
I got convicted of all of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, alrighty then.
Oh,
okay.
wow. Nah, that's
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we count numbers now.
Okay, right.
We were in the single digits. Now we're
Right.
double digits.
Okay.
So,
and that sentence carried how many years?
They told me initially it carried a couple of life sentences, but I got life and plus 125 years.
And of that life plus 125 years, how many years did you serve?
22 years, 3 months in prison, and 19 months in the transition center.
that's a lot of time.
That's a whole lot of time.
That's a lot of time that
Yeah.
you've missed out on.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's hard. But just one of those decisions caused a different reaction.
Yeah. So the $1 million question. At what point did you change? Because you have to adjust to prison life. I mean, mind you, I've been to jail, but I haven't been to prison. My question is, like, at what point did you decide, okay, look, I got to man up. This ain't no place for me to be, you know what I'm saying, wanting to go home because it ain't happening.
This was, I think, after the 4th time I got set off. And I was saying to myself, this can't be my destination. This can't be
Right.
where I'm going to be for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know, and I thought about what somebody had told me in the past. He said, I'm going to believe I'm going to go home. It was just one of the first thoughts came to my mind. So I said, I'm going to believe I'm going to go home. We'll see what happens. I'm going to see. They I hear a lot of people talk. I want to see. Let me see. Let me give it a try and see what happens.
Right.
What I got to lose.
Right.
I don't see no.
Yeah, because at this point, your faith is all you have.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I said, let me see. And I did it. And I'm here today.
Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah, because, I mean, life plus 125 years is...
Look, I stopped counting after life.
Okay, right.
I stopped counting after
Yeah,
life
'cause that's-
because those numbers, you just can't really fathom.
No, you can't. Mentally, you can't fathom that.
You can't wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jermaine, we're going to get into a little bit about the story and then, how your faith grew stronger and stronger. We're going to take a quick break and come right back.
The most amazing. Erasing all thoughts of what you had for the future. One and one sure to suit you.
I wanna know.
Sunny boy and happy boy.
I wanna know.
What's on your mind?
I wanna know.
What's on your mind?
I wanna know what's on your mind. I wanna know.
What's on your mind?
I wanna
Each and every time the one that one brings find.
I wanna know.
Happy boy,
I wanna know what's on your mind.
What up?
Baby, look, I've been thinking about you strong. Got the break from my job, but I can't talk long. Are you busy?
Come on, hun, you know how we do. When your calls come through, I drop everything for you.
Now, that right there is what I hear when I call. Don't wanna hear no negative combo at all. You know how to talk to me, girl, when my mind is gone. And by the way, what you got? You laying on your back, why you laughing at me, baby? I only got a minute before my boss goes crazy. Stressing over here, I need a quick getaway.
Stop stressing, in a second you'll be home to play.
Say them things that you say when you live below my ear. It's only me on the line, so who's gonna hear what you got? Somebody there, that's why you're frontin' on the phone. No, now I gotta wait till the brother come home. It's all good.
I wanna know what's on your mind, girl. Since I'm here all alone, can you come talk to me?
All right, guys, welcome back. We're here on the real 1100 a.m. with another episode of Street Life. And I'm your host, Greg, and my co-host today came in the building.
What's happening, y'all?
Hey, Free, how you doing?
We good.
We good.
We good.
We've been talking with Brother Kane right now, about some of the decisions we make.
Yeah.
And then as we think about our kids and the decisions that they're going to make,
Yeah.
who is going to be there to tell them, hey, no? We just have us, but, we used to have the neighbor across the street.
Yeah, cause I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have,
Yeah.
Joe Blow down the block.
Right.
Somebody always kept the kids in line.
Right. But now you have babies having babies, and then they
say that
rely
again?
on other babies to help them raise their babies.
Right. So we got a lot of decision making to make.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, the amount of numbers that you were talking about, that adds up to be
That's scary.
a couple of life sentences. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we're talking more than 2.
Right. Right.
But you told yourself you had to believe now.
Correct.
You found a system that said, hey, I'm going to give it a shot. You never knew about it. About
No.
believing in something bigger than you, and you can't even see it.
Correct.
And how did that work out for you? Well, you're here now, like we said.
It was a process. I was trying to believe in this. I was trying to make myself believe in what I was actually saying. You know, and just going through the process with faith. I thought I understood what faith was, but I didn't understand what faith was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just started with that process, you know, trying to figure out how do I really apply faith, since I haven't actually done it consciously.
Right.
Right.
So now I'm doing it consciously. I don't know if I'm actually doing it right.
Right,
So
right.
I'm asking, you know, God to help me with this process.
Exactly.
Right.
And
And you were how old? Forgive me, because I don't remember how old we
When
were at
that-
that time.
to my,
When you initially got convicted.
you said what year?
Yeah, no, I'm saying how old were you? You were like 19 or 20.
19.
Okay.
19 years old.
Yeah. And you just got handed down life plus 125 years at 19 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not built that way. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and just, you know, act like I can really take it. After
Yeah.
hearing so many numbers,
Yeah.
I think something in my heart would actually just break at 19 years old.
I didn't feel nothing. I think I was like that song Clyde said. I don't think I didn't understand what all that time meant.
Really?
Right.
I couldn't. I remember saying to myself, "Well, what you do on that? What kind of time you do on that?
Right.
You say a third. What's a third on life? And
Right.
what's
All
a
of it
third-
really hadn't set in
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't. You know, he had me. So out of it, I thought he said more than what I actually had.
No.
So I was in a whole nother headspace. I don't think
Yeah.
it actually hit me till later on.
And I don't think a lot of our young kids understand, especially the ones who really get in serious trouble at a young age.
Yeah.
Even to hear 10 and 15 years, you got to go sit down for a while.
Right.
You know, I don't think it really registers until you're in there and those doors are closed.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
somebody asks you and tells you,
Right. What to do,
You're
what
not-
to when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to eat, how
Right.
long you have to eat. Yeah, that's
Are you facing this or are you facing that?
right. Right.
so you know, it's kind of hard because a lot of our people don't understand.
Right.
We don't.
Right.
So how did you adjust when you were in prison?
I just pretty much just sit back and paid attention to my surroundings and stayed out of people's business.
Right.
I said that's what caused a lot of things. They don't have nothing to do really. You're in a dorm all day.
That's it.
You know, you got maybe 150. Depends on where you at in a dorm. You sitting around watching each other all day, every day. So
Wow. Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And this is
Yeah.
your routine for the next
22 years.
Yeah, in your case, 22 years. Well, I'm glad you were able to come home and believing something bigger than you really helps out. You know, we tend to believe in something when bad things happen. Now we
Yeah.
want to believe in something
Yeah,
to help
yeah.
us out.
Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
unfortunate though we have to come to that
right.
just to understand. Okay, if you just believed in the beginning,
Well, you know, sometimes it takes for somebody to even get to that point.
right.
You know, and a lot of people used to frown. You wait till you go to prison or you wait to go to jail to find God. Well, at least he found God.
Well,
right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now,
So
what you do
whether
after
you
that?
keep that, afterwards, but, you know, it's got to start somewhere.
Right.
Right.
Right. And it's not God. I always say God works in a million different ways to
Yep.
get to one result. And if that result is you living a life of faith and believing in who he is, then so be it.
So be it.
For some, they're raised in that kind of oh, thank you, Jesus, kind of
Right.
household.
Right.
And for other people, they got to go,
You got to go through the fire.
you got to go through the fire.
You got to go through the fire.
Yeah,
And then if we can reach our young kids to let them know
Right.
before that happens.
right, right,
Before they make those mistakes
Right.
or those decisions,
right.
to understand, what it really feels like, how hot that fire is going to be on the other side.
Right. And for some, we have to be honest with ourselves as well. For some, it's not necessarily going to make a difference because some are not going to be listening to that testimony of yours. They're not going to want to hear what Jermaine went through, what Greg went
Right.
through, what
Well, we
Free
can't
went
reach
through.
everybody.
And we can't reach everybody, but for the ones that we can, we got
Yeah, every story is
Put
not
it
for
in.
every story is
not
for
for
everybody.
everybody. That's right.
But for somebody out there that's listening, you can feel free to call in. The number here is 404-603-8770. If you have any questions for Jermaine, feel free to call us. But that's a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, Jermaine, all right, you're working on your faith. You're working on you. You're working on your belief system as you're going through these years. Oh, man, I apologize. But how's life after you came out?
It's been good. I can't complain at all. I've had things happen to me that's unbelievable.
Right.
It's been good. It's been good. It's been some ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been good.
It's still a transition, though. And then you have your family to deal with and everything, and then still trying to, provide for yourself as well.
And if you don't mind, talk about that because 20 years is a long time for life to happen and for it to happen with the people that are related to you, for it to happen with the people that, you were friends with. Because for our audience who don't know, I testified for you at your trial. And I got on the stand, and I'm so glad I can't be convicted for something like this late in life. But I got on the stand and lied and said that you were with me and your best friend, who was my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
So how was that life for you? How was that family support? Because even you and I, when I went through life, we lost contact. So how was your family support?
Oh, it was good. They stayed down. I mean, I had a very good support system.
And
My
that
whole
matters.
It made a difference and gave me something to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without that, I mean, you really had to find your inner self.
Right.
You have to find your inner self because
Right.
At the end of the day, yeah, they may come by. You may lose a couple people along the way. 20 years is a long time.
Yeah.
It is a long time.
Yeah.
You can see somebody graduate in 20 years.
Right.
And then, if you have that within you, then there are chances you can, really better yourself and come out on a good end.
Right.
But you can't go back looking for.
Right. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely cannot.
we definitely had to take a heat on that one as well.
Right.
And then we had to learn to pick our circle.
Right.
So do you have the same friends that you had then?
No, I actually have No, I still got some. As a matter of fact, I got quite a few now that I think about it. Tamika, one of them, she know quite a few of the other ones that I've been knowing. It's just been good people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Time
surprising.
unknown.
Yeah, that's surprising because after a while, I'm like, okay, who again?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I think there are some people, like, when they become like family, they gonna stay down for you. They gonna ride or die for you. And in all honesty, Mr. Kane, I look back on that day in court because the DA ate me alive. Like I thought I was going to juvenile. She killed me on the stand, right?
So you just happened to get away.
Yeah, but I because the judge is like, young lady, do you understand what you're saying right now? Like,
Right,
we
right.
know that you're not telling the truth.
Right.
And I was like, do you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But at that time, okay, that's all good, because we need friends like that in a situation.
Yeah, I
But-
love you, and I'm sorry I was,
But,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
At that age,
at that age, that's what we do, right?
yeah.
That's what we do.
We tend to look out.
That-
We tend to It's that one.
Man. So I want to introduce our audience to beautiful baby girl, because that's one of your main motivations right now for everything that you're doing, and she is drop dead gorgeous. Can I please have a chocolate baby?
Hey.
She give me baby fever.
Look, they giving them away down there in the bank. You know, go to that bank right there on the corner. You go ahead and get you one. Just stand in line with everybody else.
I'm not talking about Easter babies, not Easter chocolate. I want a real chocolate baby. But tell everybody her name and how old she is and when she was born. She is so beautiful.
Daughter named Skylar J. Simpson Kane. She was born June 1st, 2017.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
She's about to be 2 in 2 more months.
Oh, man, hold on to it.
2 months.
She in the terrible twos yet?
It's almost there, a month and some change.
Might as well get there now.
I know, right?
I don't know what you're waiting on.
Yeah, she took
But it's
it.
good that you have a family now, and then you can really move on and, better your situation, I should say. So for our young people, what would be your message for everything that you went through?
Change the way you think about things. What we say, what the older people say, what the people that's out there in the streets say, it ain't all what they say it is, especially when they talking about the good stuff. And the bad stuff, that's not something that I think we should be glorifying and practicing and taking on like it's okay to go do something bad to people on GP.
Yeah.
Or for whatever reason you feel like something should be done to them.
Right.
That was one of the things I had to come to grips with what I went to prison for. I was willing to do something. I was willing to take your life for your stuff, your stuff.
Right.
I understand, the thought process and feeling, that ain't the type of person I am.
Right.
But that's what I took on when I took on that attribute as a robber.
Right.
I knew what was to come.
Right.
You could die, or somebody else could die in the process.
Yep.
So I said, if I'm going to play, I want to make sure I don't be the one.
Right.
Right.
And, that's what a lot of people behind me and before me kind of took on with these things that we do in the streets.
Right.
We call the hustling. You had to take on, you have to be a certain type of person to play this game.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're gonna get found out about.
Right.
So, it's nothing to play with. It ain't what you really think it is,
Yeah, they want to listen to these videos and, watch TV, and try to get
it's not
a
that.
glimpse of it, or thinking that's how it is.
It's
You can
not
watch
that.
all the hustle and flow you want. You can
Right.
watch Blow if you want, American Gangster and everything. I mean,
I'm. What get me is you don't think about what's gonna happen after all that.
right.
We don't think about it, because I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it because I didn't think I was gonna get caught.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of us do that's out here that think we can do what we do better than the ones that got caught before us or that came before of us.
Right.
Right.
Oh, you got jammed up. You didn't know what you was doing.
Right.
I ain't gonna get caught.
Right.
And
Right.
and get out there and do the same thing, and now he in here with me.
Right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
don't nobody really tell them that. They just, I don't know. I guess they just think it's sweet like that, but it's not sweet like that.
Well, that's a lot of our thinking. That's a lot of our kids nowadays. Anyway, I thought like that when I was younger too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Of course.
as long as I'm doing what I'm doing, it's like trying to cheat on the test. Oh, I'm not gonna get caught.
Right.
Everybody else get caught in the class,
Right.
but I know I'm not gonna get caught.
Right.
You eventually get caught.
Right.
It's not designed for us to win doing bad. For the most part, I think it's when we do that. For the ones that's gonna end up going the right way, some people have to do wrong in order to know how to do right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
That's kind of
But I mean, depending on what kind of life lessons,
right.
what kind of lessons are we?
Right. Exactly.
So we got to let people know exactly.
It's always something to get from something. Like God said, it's glorification for everything, and
Right.
everything they have. It's a reason for everything. You know,
Yeah.
it might seem bad and it looks bad, but it's definitely something positive to come from.
Right, right.
You know, if you choose to take that or wallow in the negative.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's definitely something positive to come from these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, robbing, stealing, that's not a gift. You know what I'm saying? I believe that we all have our own gifts. And I have literally had someone say to me before, like, that's what I do. Now, my thing is, whatever it is you do is your gift. No, dude, that's not your
Right.
gift.
Yeah, that's
it's
not a
just what
gift.
you do.
Yeah.
But that's not your gift. That's
Right.
not your lot in life. It's just a decision that you made. But if you change your mind, you can change your life.
Yeah. And it all starts with that. You said it right, too. Changing the mindset, changing the way we think, changing the way we see things.
Right. And the way we see ourselves.
And the way we see ourselves.
Yeah.
You said it best. Because if we think, there's a book called As a Man Thinketh, So Is He. Right. So, in essence, it's self-explanatory.
Right.
If you see yourself down here on the bottom,
That's exactly where you're going to be.
that's where you're going to manifest to be.
Well, I see myself as a rich housewife. Does that count?
No. We just said change your thinking. You have to change your mindset.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
All right, yeah, just keep on pushing, keep
Oh,
on striving.
Exactly. See, that's the point.
So we have to change our mindset, and we have
Right.
to be able to reach that out, especially to our kids that are young. Let them know, the
Right.
positive way is the best way, and they also, in turn, get a positive result.
Right.
So we have to be able to reach you have a young girl now, a young lady you're growing, Those are some of the important things that we have to do.
Oh, absolutely. Do you want any more children?
I'm cool with what I got right now.
She two handfuls, huh?
Right. It's
Yeah.
It's a good thing though. I love my baby girl.
Yeah.
All right. So what else are you working on, or what are you doing for yourself at this moment? One day at a time. One day at a time.
One day
Yeah.
at a time, man. I just want to talk to the youth and change their perspective on things, man, and look at things different. Get them to not be afraid to be who they are and not be
Right.
followers. And,
Right.
Take on things that you really don't want to take on, but you take on because you want to be accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, because that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in school nowadays.
And that's where a lot of the influence comes in as well, because school is the place where you want to be cool, where you want to be down. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
wanna
that's
fit
where
in.
you're there most of your day. And so because you want to fit in, it's easy to fall into some foolishness.
Yeah.
And it never looks like foolishness on the surface.
No, because everybody else think it's cool.
Exactly.
Everybody else think
Exactly.
it's cool.
And it might be for them. It just may not be for you.
Correct. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about that, and then really trying to reach our youth and understand some things.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and come on back.
It's the slickster, the pimpster, you heard what I said. Pimpin' ain't dead, these just scared. So stand back and let her be who she wanna. All the hustlers own her, she's freaky like Madonna. She don't work, she hates school, but check it. The dank, the drink, she's getting butt naked. And all the corner boys running up fast. The hustlers, the cash, you busters, the last. To see the freak show, you must have bankroll. Baby got back, the victim of the ghetto. She play herself, so it really ain't funny. She gotta feed her baby, so she's scripting for the money.
Yo, can you dig it? Sitting at the
the bar food. Who could it be? It's a player's paradise. And she swole as can be. Baby girl sipping on a shot of gin. Getting a hustle on smooth till the party end. Night after night, she got to be on display. Peeping at them big players, you got it like, hey, she's looking for a hero, but just for the night. One hustle feeds the other in this crooked ghetto life. So all a real player can do is let a trick be a sip. Cause games recognize if you a true player. Cause them hood rats out to make us go. That's why we got to let her smooth be up. Let's get this money. She's a looker, but hooker be in her blood every weekend on display in the nightclub. Looking for a baby face.
All right. Welcome back here on The Real, 1100 AM. I'm your host, Greg, and my co-host today is Free.
Yes, sir.
Giving you another episode of Street Life. We've been talking to Jermaine Kane about some of the struggles he went through and the decisions that he made, which landed him, spending quite some time in prison. Now he's turned around and changed his life. Beautiful young girl, 2 now, about to be 2.
Yeah.
And then, really doing better and want to share to our young people. We were just talking about it before we left or went on break. To just really trying to reach our young people and the decisions that they make and the things that they do.
Yeah.
And the consequences.
And let me ask you something, because you're there. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting in this cell. You in a block with, over 100 other dudes.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, prison can harden your heart. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail and it hardened my heart. So I know prison got to be worse. So, is it your faith that made you say, listen, I need to help somebody not go down the path that I went down. I need to make sure that the young men out here know and understand that I'm a living example, that if you really change your mind, if you let your faith fix your life, it will. Because that's a long time to serve. Like your heart could have hardened and stayed that way.
Could have been real cold. Yes.
It could, right.
I had my moments. I didn't do nothing, but I had some dark moments. God just kept me. He kept me with pretty much like my family,
Right. So you had that encouragement factor.
Right. It was little things, that kept me with my sanity.
Right.
Brought me back. And I've always been introduced, Jesus, God, my whole life. So. I guess it was only right for it to come back.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's how it comes, off the experience. Whomever you may believe in, or your higher spirit, or wherever you are spiritually in life.
Right.
You have to come to terms and believe or have that faith that things will work out.
I did went through a lot of different religions, searching.
Right.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I was trying to find something. I was feeling kind of desperate. I wrote the voodoo lady. I wanted out of prison.
Look, this situation has to change right away.
I was trying everything.
Yeah, you need some instant gratification.
Right.
I'm like, I can't. I don't want to be here.
Look, you want to talk back to the judge. Y'all made a mistake now. Y'all made a mistake. Hold on.
Like, hey, I learned my lesson the day you gave it to me.
Right.
I changed then.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, let me out.
Instant.
Right.
Right.
But then we find ourselves with that.
Yeah, because you got to face you.
You have to face you, yes.
Yeah.
And I think, well, in my opinion, I should say, we are afraid of who we supposed to be.
Oh, absolutely.
As we grow old or get older, we come to terms with it because we don't have no choice at the moment. But even then, as a young youth or a young man, a lot of them are afraid of who they supposed to be.
Right.
That's why they end up with
that's
the
scary.
wrong crowd.
That's scary because, when you're trying to be something you're not, you can control that.
Right.
And that's what makes all the difference. But when you're walking your path that was designed for you, man, that joint ain't easy.
No.
It's it's a daily mental struggle to get up and say, I am who God says I am, and I'm gonna be who He designed me to be.
Right.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And for me as a woman, I can only imagine if it's hard for me, it has to be 10 times as hard for a man, especially a black man.
Right, especially nowadays. Anyway, the decisions that we have
Correct.
to make, or
Correct.
just in
Or
general.
the adjustments
Yes.
we have to make.
Right.
Right.
So just the life lessons and that it takes on.
Right, absolutely. And quick side note, Jermaine, I wanna share that he is currently working on, because I'm co-producing.
Oh,
So,
here we go.
so I had
What
to
we got?
throw
What we
that
got?
in there.
What we got?
I had to throw that in there. So I'm co-producing a documentary called Post Prison, Let Your Faith Fix Your Life. And basically this documentary is about the struggles of 4 people, 2 men, 2 women, Jermaine included, that have been to prison. Actually, Pastor Lisa Bush is on the documentary as well. And they're basically telling their testimonies. And the goal of this 60-minute documentary is simply to let it be a video, because we may not be able to reach you can't talk to every youth you see on the street.
Right.
But this is something we would like to implement in a youth program, so that they can play it at the Scared Straight programs. I don't know if they still exist, but they did when I was little.
Right.
But they can play these types of videos at those kinds of programs, so that those young men can understand, okay, this is definitely not what I thought it was going to be, because I thought, I was a little bad until I saw this video, because I'm not trying to do life plus 125 years.
So when can we expect this?
We are hoping to have it completed by July 31st. That is the goal. But as you know, with filming, how that goes. It takes time. Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, man. That'd be great. We need all the positive information to help and to explain to our youth.
And to be a testimony, like
Right.
we were talking about earlier, because social media is huge now, and you can reach a platform on social media that you can't meet person to person. That's
Right.
a whole different, that's a whole different world.
Yeah. Big world nowadays. I'm still getting used to it.
You and me both.
I'm still getting used to it. I have to have my son help me out with some social media stuff every once in a while.
Absolutely.
But it's all right.
Yeah.
So, you say you want to talk more to the youth.
Correct.
All right, with doing that, where and when would you be able to do it?
I'm just going with the flow.
Going with the flow. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We need to set you up on the platform then.
Yeah.
To share the story, because it's not just here that we're trying to make a difference.
Right.
It's everywhere.
It's
so
everywhere.
if you're listening, pass it on to the next person.
Right.
We're wanting to reach as many young people, especially our young men and women.
Absolutely. Yes.
Coming in 2019, it's time to really get back our community. Mm-hmm. Bring everybody back together. Help raise the young ones that are in the neighborhood.
Right. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it just takes that one. Sometimes you might not reach 1,000.
Right.
But it'll take that one who'll take that video or who'll take that testimony from Jermaine and go and use it for themselves to help others. So then you still did. You still completed the goal. You still accomplished
because just like your story and just like Jermaine's story, I know it hits home to somebody.
Right.
Somebody else has been through the same struggle.
Right.
And the same obstacles.
Correct.
Or got a family member.
Or got a family member going through
absolutely.
the same thing.
Yeah. Just like we all got a drunk cousin, we all got somebody in our family who went to prison.
Right. So to be there and be that support system, we need to share that and to get more of it out there. Do we have block parties anymore? Do we, cook for the neighborhood? Do we? DJ, do they still do block parties?
No, Kroger went up on their prices. We don't do block parties.
You better use that Kroger Plus card. You get some deals out here.
Okay, absolutely. But that's something that we should do. That's something that I used to love to do. I've been to a couple and I loved it.
Yeah, DJ, we do block parties anymore?
Block parties.
Yeah, we trying to bring the community back together. We do block parties
Well,
anymore.
I heard, what is Uncle Luke was bringing
Oh
back.
no, we that's not a block party.
No, we're not gonna do that one.
OG, let's roll out there, OG. It's been a long time, OG. I was just playing. But nah, I mean, shoot, man, it just depends. I feel like the last block party, unfortunately, was when my grandfather passed away, and that's when everybody in the hood come on one street, and everybody got to show off.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. I think block parties these days are car shows.
Well, hey,
exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, but we need something a little bit more than that. We need something, you know what I'm saying, that's going to draw. And truth be told, especially for me being a woman who isn't prone to gain weight, food is a draw for me. So put something on the grill.
That's what that's what our people anyway. If it's food,
hey, I'm there.
And it's free.
And it's free. Exactly. To go place, I'm bringing them. Don't worry about bringing them.
Look, you ain't got to worry about feeding your kids tonight. Just bring them out here.
Exactly.
Right.
And we need that again. We definitely need that again. All right, so DJ, when you putting that together?
Huh? Nah, I mean, I heard a few rappers talk about it, and I wish it was just to a point that, a few rappers will come out to a community and just perform for free.
Absolutely.
And, get all the big drug kingpins and have them come together and listen here. Let's just chill for a minute.
Right,
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
Make it a day.
Exactly.
And make it a day.
And I think that's what's needed.
And really reach our young people.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Because those are the people we look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if
You're
they
right about
doing
that.
right, I know I could.
Right.
So,
Exactly. And then, they have to learn that it's not all about that fast money.
Facts.
Right.
It's not all about that fast money. Because just imagine you making fast money and you're spending it at the same time.
Man.
You can't count
Blowing
fast money.
it.
You
Blowing
cannot.
it.
And I can attest to that. I'm not no big drug kingpin and, I don't run the streets like that. But you do the math. You cannot count fast money and spend it at the same time.
No. No.
I got $2,200 for a life and 125 years.
Oh, wow.
I do the math.
That's,
What's that, a year, 2 years of bowling for 20-something years of pain and suffering?
Right.
Well, that
else.
depends on how much your rent is, because that might be 1 month of bowling.
That's it. With $2,200.
Right.
That's part of why I wanted to say what I want to say. It's not what you think it is.
Right.
Right.
You're going to take somebody's life for nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
And then the outcome.
or you got people to the point now that, come on, I'm welcoming it. Please come in my house so I can take you out.
Right.
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 This is what the world is coming to now.
Right.
I'm
because
begging
everybody
for you to come in
protected.
here.
Exactly. Everybody protected.
I feel like it's social media glorifying it because I remember my uncle, I remember those days when I used to grow up and see my uncle, dividing certain pills. I didn't know what it was,
right.
But he was dividing certain pills, and he told me himself, if you touch this, I'll break your hands.
Right.
And I think that's what's needed to be, because social media glorifies all of that stuff
Right.
instead of showing like these people that actually had to do it in order to survive.
Correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have enough role models.
Right.
We have
Right.
a lot of people out there acting the role.
And there's
but
no
we don't
cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, there's no cause. You're just doing it to be doing
Sneaker
it. There's
money.
There's
Right.
Exactly. To go to Walters.
Oh, my
Walters
goodness.
older than half the kids in this city.
Okay. and
It's not going nowhere. Get a job. It's going
Right.
to be there when you
Right.
get your first paycheck.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's all going to be there. Now,
It's
how you
all
go-
going to be there.
How you go about getting.
Right.
You
And
know,
then you're going to die for trying to get a new pair of J's because you trying to pull some J's off a dude and you don't know how well protected this man is.
Look, shoe size all wrong.
You just died over a pair of 13s and you wear a 10.
Okay. Shoe size all wrong. Now what you going to do?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got started at home too, though. I think the
Absolutely.
parents, quit being afraid of your children
Right.
and discipline your children.
Absolutely.
Anybody say you got to beat them, but talk to your kids.
Right. Right.
Have a relationship with your kids.
Absolutely.
You know, and you tell them the right thing, they're going to do some things, but they're not going to go too far.
Right.
Right. Keep them
That's
in line.
that's
We don't
what's
have,
real.
Like you said, we have babies having babies. So that line of communication, I think, is being really left out.
Right.
You know, them really being a parent.
And-
they're
and
more
even-
trying to be a friend
This
than
is-
trying to be a parent.
Yeah, this is very true. But it's also it's also problematic because when you have someone like me, you have a single mom who has to work to support the family,
Right.
And so then your kids start getting into stuff. Now, me, because I'm a woman of faith, and I'm sure my mom, maybe even my dad too, that was the one thing I was like, Lord, if you don't give me any more blessings, please don't let my babies be like me and have kids in high school, because I got married when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had my grandmother, I had my older aunts, I had a whole family to tell me to do this, that, and the other. We don't have that now. We got two 14-year-olds who are best friends having kids together.
See? But, you know, you haven't experienced life yet.
Right.
But with that
Right.
teaching, you know, with parents doing their job, then, you know, that really could help
It helps.
prolong that process.
Yeah.
You know, she might have still been out there doing something, but it wouldn't
But
be
it may
to
not
the
be that
extent
bad.
when she pregnant
That's
at 14.
right. That's right.
You
This
know,
is very true.
Like you said, we need to be parents to our kids before anything.
Right.
I feel like I feel like kids need to get their butt whooped, but then explain to them why.
Right.
The reason. My father used to beat my behind. I used to be mad at him. I used to think he was the meanest dude in the world. You know what I'm saying? But after you get done, sit next to me, son. The reason why I did whoop the whoop is because of whoop the whoop.
Right,
Okay,
right.
well, your daddy should have called my mama, because my mama would whoop you and be so tired from beating on you, she didn't feel like she needed to give you an explanation. I'm tired. I'm going to sit down.
Depending on what side of the train tracks you come from,
Right.
it's all different for
It's
everybody.
all different.
Yeah.
But you're right though, because nowadays we have a system where our kids are given an open door to get in trouble, because even if you spank your children, you can get in trouble.
Facts.
So
Right,
so
right.
it's like I can't spank my child for skipping school, right? So my
Right,
child
right.
doesn't go to school, and you won't let me beat him, so to speak, right? But then if he doesn't go to school for 25 days,
Yep.
I go to jail.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Okay, well that's okay.
No,
'cause-
now it's less than that.
is it?
It's less than that.
I thought it had. Oh wow.
No, it's less than that. Those, are, you know, they have certain standards for, I guess, how old the kids are.
Okay,
but,
well,
you know,
yeah, that
as
makes
they get
sense.
older,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a less.
Okay,
I just feel like it's just another way to get you in the books.
I
man.
agree.
Hey,
I completely
hey,
agree.
hey.
But y'all just need to know. I'm gonna need y'all to start a GoFundMe if my child starts skipping school, because I'm going to need bail money.
We need to find out what's taking his attention.
Okay, I'll do that when I get out.
He might be caught up.
But again, like you said, that's the operative word, being caught up. There's
Right.
so many things to take our baby's attention,
Right.
and we have to get back to where we are fully supporting them.
Right, right. And everything, you know, it's not, especially it's harder for single parents. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
To really try to fulfill that other void or that other party, whether it be
but you
man
make time, though, G.
or that
It's
man or
hard,
woman. You
but
know,
you make time.
You make time, yes.
Yeah.
And we need those talks. We need those sit downs.
Yes.
You have to always tell your kids, you know, what's going on out here.
Yeah.
You know, don't
And
hide it from them.
Don't hide it.
Possibly show them some of this stuff too. You know, I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and I was telling him that a lot of things was explained to me. I understood it, but I didn't understand it.
Right.
You know, until, well, in hindsight, that's when I finally got it. And you know, when I was down, I just kind of seen, you know, we kind of believe more of what we see. That's what the kids are going off today, what they see. It's not what they actually know; it's what they seeing, and they taking it and thinking and turning it to something else. But dang, I said that to say something, and I lost my train of thought.
It's all right. But now they do, though. You know, they're more visual now because everything is all
Yeah.
visual for them. You know,
Yeah, they're going to follow what they
Show
see.
Right.
them what the effect of what you do is.
Yeah.
You get a chance to see what will happen. Now, I don't just tell you what happened. You get a chance to see. I want
Right.
you to see it. Look, this is what happened when you do. It's almost like when you put your baby head in the fire. You tell them it burned. they still want to stick their hand in. But if you show them it burns,
Right.
let them see that
They're not going to
burns,
touch it
They're
anymore.
not going to touch it anymore.
I mean, but
So-
you do have some Bart Simpsons though who gonna
But
keep
it-
touching the stove.
Right,
There.
right, right.
Ow,
You know, you got
ow.
somebody.
Yeah,
but I'm
you
saying
got.
they able
You might
to
need to
connect
get them
the
checked
dots with it too now. You know, you got a picture with what my words.
Right, absolutely,
So now-
absolutely. It's a visual
agree.
now.
It always, I agree also because, you know, as a father, it's easy for me to say, go change a tire. And
Right.
you don't know how to change a tire.
Right,
So these life lessons, you have to do it with them so they understand, you know, the right or wrong consequences.
Right.
Like I said, we all have decisions to make in everything that we do.
right.
Brother Kane, I'm glad you came out here to share your story because a lot of people needs to hear it. Some people may have heard it, but I guarantee you somebody really, really heard
Yeah.
your story.
And they benefited from it.
And they benefited from it because we need more of that. Somebody is going through the same thing or
Right.
even worse. You know, on Street Life, I try to always explain we're here to empower,
Right.
change. It's 2019. There's no
Change
reason
your mind.
why.
Change the way you
Change
think,
the
and
way
you can do anything
think.
you want to do.
You can do anything you want to do.
Plenty
Man.
of ways to make money than being in the streets.
Okay.
Plenty.
Yeah,
Free, I'm glad you came on out and hung out with me.
Absolutely.
You know, we're going to do it again another Friday.
absolutely.
All right, now you guys already know. This is Greg here with another episode of Street Life. Keep on striving, keep on pushing.
You better recognize this. All heads realize. Real heads on the rise. You better recognize. All heads realize. Real heads on the rise. You better recognize.
Thank you for listening to The Street Life with Greg Russell, here to embrace the ups and downs of life in various communities. Tune in every Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Real 1100 AM.